It's summer, and what do you want? Like everybody, you want a Wrangler. Why should you not buy in the middle of summer? We're going to talk about that today because of things like this. My good friend Bryce and I, conversation came up, and he sends me this. He's like, "Hey, what do you think? I'm going to buy this for my kid." I looked at it real close and went, "Yeah, 99 TJ, 9,800 bucks." Four cylinder. Now it is an automatic, which is actually pretty rare. Four cylinder automatics are pretty few and far between, but it's got 150 some thousand, 57,000 miles on it. And I like, okay, that's like a $6,000, $6,500 TJ all day long. I was like, how much can you get off of it? And he's like, he won't budge off 9,500 bucks. I tried. Yeah. Today we're just going to take a look at Wrangler prices in the summer, and I'm just going to try and convince you don't do it. Wait for the right deal. The conversation with Bryce reminded me of when we bought this JK. We bought this JK in '09. It was actually an '08 Rubicon, and look, I really wanted one prior. I wanted one in the summer. We actually bought this. It was about 2 weeks, 3 weeks before Moab Easter Jeep, so that had been in the March April frame. We bought it right in there. But I had been looking through the winter pretty good for the right deal, and I was all about it in the summer, of course, before that. Every Jeep I've ever had, I've normally bought in the winter. The JL that we have now, I purchased in January, and I picked it up in like February or so of a year or two ago. So, in the summer, everybody gets the bug, and it's just no exception when, you're looking for something to take the top off and have some summer fun, but you're going to pay the price. I mean, the premium, it blows my mind of the difference that's going on right now. And that's what spurred this segment here. Bryce calls and he's like, "Hey, I just want it for my kid. Man, 9,500 bucks kind of seems fair." And the rest of us are like, "Oh, 9,500 bucks for a four cylinder. Yeah, no good. No good." So it kind of brought me into looking at what things are going for right now. Here's his right in here, this 99 Wrangler that was posted up on the island here. But you start looking and yeah, prices are crazy. I mean, here's a 94 140,000 miles manual for 9,500 bucks. I mean, he's got a winch. I don't even see. Let's see if he's got anything here. Yeah, nothing special. I thought maybe I saw 60 or 44 underneath of it, but I don't see anything that listed in there. So it's just the time of year. Prices are through the roof. Even on that. And the other problem that I think a lot of people make a mistake is they don't know what they're getting, especially with an older TJ. They don't know there's a big difference between four cylinder and six cylinder in price and in perception, in drivability, in what you want to do with it. Even my friend was trying to, kind of tell me, "Hey, my kid's just going to drive it. It sounds like it's safer. Won't be as fast." I'm like, Bryce, hop in that thing and hit the 5 freeway and tell me what you think of it, because even with stock tires, it can barely stay out of its own way. And it's not going to get any better mileage, honestly, fighting, trying to get up to speed than a six cylinder would. But, when you look at prices on it, he was like, "Well, it seems in there, high retail." I mean, the guy had it going, for 9,800 bucks. So he's got it listed right at a high retail. And that's the four cylinder model, the SE. When you go to the Sport, you can see the difference here. The Sport, it wicks it up because of the six cylinder, right? Six cylinder, hard top is an option. I count for 200-300 bucks. But man, both of these, in the winter, these run between 4,500 bucks and 6,500 bucks all day long. Every car lot up here. If you just want to go down to your, Stanwood Motors or whatever it is in town there. They always like to bring in a lot of Wranglers. They're 65, $7,000 all day long, with pretty low miles, 100, 110,000 miles. Six cylinder model, which is the Sport, six cylinder models typically command a few more bucks. 7,500 bucks is kind of the average retail you see them going for around here with fairly decent mileage on them. but not, in the summer. In the summer, you're going to pay 11 grand. It's simple as that. Want to save 3-4 grand? Wait till it starts raining, October, November. Nobody wants it then. Nobody wants the doors off. So I know it's kind of, it's kind of common sense, but even your good friends get caught up in it. I mean, my friend knows better. He's a savvy guy. We all are. But if I guess in his mind, I think he's like, well, maybe I'll just pay the additional premium, And I thought it was just a fluke. I thought for a second, well, I know they're expensive, but let me go down and look and see what's in there. But yeah, they're all, even the super high mileage ones, are tipping in the 85 to 8,800 bucks, which is typically higher than you'd see them. You just don't see them as high as that. I mean, here's a nice clean, 2001. So, SE, manual transmission. It's got another 4-cylinder, 8,800 bucks. Again, I mean, you come back to this, that's higher than the average retail. So, but this, again, whether he knows it or maybe the buyer doesn't know it, maybe he's just pricing it in here, at a 6-cylinder rate. So I'd say on a used TJ, I mean, my take on it, if you're looking at it, look, any used Jeep for that matter, obviously try and get as low miles as possible. Try and stick with something that's, I would say like to buy as much as you can afford. It'll just keep you, hopefully keep you on the level when you get into it. 4-cylinders are typically good anywhere from 120 to 170,000 miles, depending on how they're maintained. Obviously, the 6-cylinder 4-liter is bulletproof. I've had a couple of those over the years that have tipped 240,000 miles, 290,000 miles. I just bought and sold a friend of mine a Cherokee. I think it had 260,000 on it, on the original motor. If they've been taken care of, and mainly the cooling system's been taken care of on it, they tend to last quite a while. So if you can find a 4-cylinder TJ or Cherokee, I mean, it's not a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, in that if you can find a 6-cylinder, anywhere under 180,000 miles that's been semi taken care of, you're doing all right. That's a pretty solid platform, and hence the prices on Cherokees have gone through the roof. Same thing, kind of supply and demand. Cherokees are hot right now for a 4-door kind of family fun wheeler. They were pretty cheap. I mean, they were 2,500, 3,500 bucks. Shoot, you're looking at 8,500 bucks now for a good solid Cherokee, automatic, sport with power windows, door locks, air conditioning. I mean, they just keep waking up. But same with all that market in that same segment, those same years. Land Cruisers, 80 series, same thing. I mean, those just keep, they kind of plateaued and they hit bottom, and then they just tend to come up a little bit. Supply and demand, I guess. Not everybody wants to buy a new one. So yeah, look, I mean, things to look for, if it's been taken care of, great. I always try and find one, if I'm buying it, bone stock. I'm not swayed by other people's lifts, track bars, shocks, everything else. Me personally, if I'm going to keep it, I'm going to build it, I want to find one bone stock. I mean, one that was just a freeway flyer, and I'll put on what I want to put on it and find my own combination of lift, wheels, tires, and make it my own. It's like the one that Bryce sent over, it had a, looked like a tube bumper on it or something. And, it's like, well, I mean, you already know that your kid's going to pull that bumper off because it's pretty 80s. The side steps you might like, but she's going to want to put her own black wheels on it. I know. Tint the windows, she's going to want to make it her own. So again, try and find it bone stock. Might save you a little hassle, but hey, you'll probably pull these Coopers off and make a couple of bucks too. So anyways, just my take on it, on Wranglers right now is crazy market time. Wait a little bit, here we are. It's the, August 13th, 2020. And it seems to be this way every year. Every year we get in the summer and it's just this this bug, like we just got to get into a Wrangler, take the top and the doors off and get wheeling. And I get it. We loved our Wrangler to death in the summer. I mean, it's the car of choice. Anywhere we go, we hop in it and, take the top off and crank some tunes and enjoy life. So, but if you can wait a little bit, gonna get cheaper. So that's all I got tonight. I just thought I'd chime in on that. Always a fun one on the Wrangler subject. If you got any questions or comments, please drop me a line down below. Happy to answer any questions, and we will see you next time. Take care.